right, welcome back to the Real Estate Huddle, episode 47, and this is the time that we are going to be talking about whether or not it's a good idea to buy a home before the holidays this year and why it makes sense. And I think that this is kind of a cool time of year because our best market of the year to sell in is definitely February to April. That's when 75% of our annual appreciation happens, right? However, the second best time of year to sell typically is between mid-September and mid-November. And so the reason for that is we typically have this resurgence in buying activity because people want to get in before the holidays. One, it's very emotional. You can see all the Christmas decorations, maybe it's Thanksgiving fall decorations up that brings emotion, drives emotion into home purchasing. And some of the best weather we have all year that's really comfortable to be in if you like the 70s, if you're into that sort of thing. And so there's definitely some good reasons why you should list your home in the fall for sure. What are some good reasons, you guys, why in this year, 2024, why you should actually buy a home in the fall as well?
Rates are at an all-time low.
Mm-hmm. All time?
Not
all time.
18 month.
18-month low. For the year, I should say.
It's big.
Coupled with the fact that inventory is up.
Yeah.
So inventory numbers are up, and that creates... You don't have to sign a contract as you're walking out of a house right now.
Yeah.
Which you can sleep on it, you can think about it, you actually get your choice of what you're looking for. And there's good value to be had if you're not afraid of some sweat equity as well.
Yeah, and even though we're starting to see the rates drop a little, we're still seeing competition because inventory is higher. We're still seeing competition be manageable.
You guys keep saying inventory. What is inventory? What are we talking about? Are we talking about lots of sweaters in the
current active listings on the market.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
So it's like 10,200 right now, which we haven't seen that much inventory
Speak in
since
English
2012.
10,200 homes active on the market. In where?
It's the 7-county Denver metro area.
Okay, all right. And what is balanced? 12,000
homes.
Okay.
Is what economists
So
say.
we're close. We're close to balanced. All right, that's good to know.
Well, okay, that's very numerical, but it feels like we're leaning towards a buyer's market. Same idea. You've got great inventory. You've got less competition. Rates are coming down. We love to have that kind of leverage representing our buyers.
Mm-hmm.
You were saying earlier, we can still get buy down. So the rates are coming down. We still buy them down more. That's a lot of the concern that's been kicking around for the last 6 months can go away now because we don't feel it's going to be that way in the spring.
No.
I think all bets are off. It's going to be crazy. Great for sellers, not quite as great for buyers. So for buying, I want to get a lot of people moving.
I also feel like whenever we say competition is low for buyers right now, that it kind of scares away sellers. And it's not the case whenever you are prepping your home correctly and doing the updates that are needed to make your home create that demand. So it's a case-by-case basis. If you're pricing it a little too high and you're not putting any work into it, good luck. You're not going to have the best experience. But like I said, if you're doing the things that you need to in updating your home to spice it up for the market, you're still going to see multiple offers. You're still going to see people fight for it. You shouldn't just expect, I'm going to have one offer with a ton of concessions and I'm going to have to give on all the inspection items. That's not the case.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, were you keep going?
No.
I don't want to cut you off. That was a little
saucy.
I was gonna jump on and say I think you're exactly right. With what's projected to happen, we're gonna have a little bit more competition. I think we have been not in a true buyer's market, but buyer's market nonetheless. With what we've seen in the past to what we have now, with high rates, high inventory, sellers are on the market for a lot longer, and they're taking just about anything that they can get because there is no competition. Mm-hmm. So I think it's safe to say we're in a buyer's market. So if you've had any thoughts of even buying at all, yesterday was the time to do it, because now we've dropped a 1.5% over how many weeks?
18 months.
Or excuse me, months? Yeah, 18 months, right?
Yep.
So that's a big drop. And from what we're hearing, and hopefully they go through with it, which is a 50-50 shot right now. I firmly believe that the Fed will do this, but they're planning to cut rates this month. So that means buyer's market maybe right now, sure, but it's not going to be that way potentially for too long. So getting in earlier is better.
Let's speak to like that buyer that's on that fence right now, that's sitting there. Oh, interest rates were too high, so they just kind of dismissed it for a while. Right now, at this time, you've got interest rates at an all-time or 18-month low.
Definitely all-time.
Sounds better. It's better market. So interest rates at an 18-month low. You've got inventory at a high since 2012. So you've got a 12-year high for inventory. So you've got way more options to pick from.
Yep.
You can still get a rate buy down because a home that's been on the market for 60 days. You know, you got a rate buy down. So
especially if they have no other offers.
Yeah. So you're going to see concessions from sellers to try and who are motivated to move. Now that means your interest rate could be down in the 3s, which hasn't happened in a while. Coupled with the fact that
clarify that real quick. That's assuming we do a 2-1 buy down that first year. They'll be in the 3s.
Correct.
First month.
Yeah, for the first year. So you can get a 2-1 buy down, so where rates are in the mid to high 5s in some of the great deals right now. You'd be the mid to high 3s for the first year, mid to high 4s for the second year, and then then at that time, if rates continue to drop as they're predicted to do, you can either refinance, and if you work with a lender right now, you can do a no-cost refi, and you don't change the term of your loan, so you have very little commitment to your actual interest rate.
Yeah.
And I actually just had a lender send a breakdown of what a $600,000 home would cost, the monthly payment for that, without a 2-1 buy down at the current rate, and then they added the potential of a 2-1 buy down, and it saved them $1,000 a month payment
For that
That's
first
huge.
year.
for that first year.
Yeah.
So it's why wouldn't you try and
Exactly.
get that?
And then coupled with the fact that the interest on a loan is heaviest at the beginning, that's when your principal balance is the highest. So you're getting your lowest interest rate at the highest, your highest principal balance. So you're going to be saving a lot more money. So even a concession on price is not going to make up the difference of what you're going to pay in interest if you get that rate buy down. So, but I've been in the market where you've got competitive offers and you're going 40, 50, 60, and I've seen $160,000 to $200,000 over asking price to get the offer. Yes, your interest rate was 3%, but you're overpaying and you're paying really high amounts for these homes. Now, what they're actually listing for is more realistic of what you're going to do, and you're not competing against other people.
Share the stat you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, so 82% of people that bought during the pandemic are not happy with their home experience, their home buying experience.
A crazy number. People,
Sad,
so
but
it was a shotgun decision.
Yeah, because it's a very expensive choice to purchase a home, and they're doing it on a whim because they feel pressure because you go to a showing, there's 12 other groups there. Yeah, you kind of feel compelled to jump on it and move.
Yep.
So there's that scarcity that's already just in that illusion of just the showings and multiple offers, and some agents are good about auctioning up the price for them and that type of stuff. So it ends up being a challenge.
Yeah. Well, and
I'm one of the 18%. I was happy with my
you're
purchase
happy.
during COVID.
It's good because you bought off market.
Yeah. It was a lot of work, but
And
I
you've
got
gone
one.
through the home buying experience for other people, so you know how to do it. So,
Yeah.
It was. Are you
Wow.
happy with your purchase, Kim? Because you bought during
I
COVID
bought
too,
it
right?
before things got crazy.
Yeah, I did too, technically.
Yeah.
But
And there was a great listing agent on the other side of it. That's all I got to say.
Not on mine. Not on
so-
mine.
mayor of
Listing
Highlands
agent
Ranch.
Kim was saying, I think
It's got a ring to it.
selling
I know. That's why.
a bad time to
That's what I
sell.
was saying. It was
We're
terrible
always.
on my end. It was a horrible experience.
Did you sell her house? Is that what?
Yeah.
I was the listing agent.
Yeah, he was-
She bought with her agent.
That's how
Yeah.
you met.
Yeah.
And she's like, wow, that guy was so good. I want to join his team.
Side note.
That's exactly what happened.
So what Kim was talking about earlier, it's still a great time to sell, right? The market is there. We're always going to price it correctly. We're going to maximize the investments you can make. I didn't mean to discount that. But for now, buyers, it's a great time to buy. Everyone's like, well, wait till after the election. I'm like, okay, but we just described what the spring is going to look like. I don't think it's what you want.
Oh, and the
Now
other,
is a great time.
and the other thing is that the last 8 out of the last 10 election years, homes have appreciated in value. So buying before the election goes through, guess what?
Yeah.
You have a pretty good chance of actually getting some more appreciation now.
I used like the most cliche real estate term like twice in the last 2 months. You date the rate, you marry the house, right?
Oh,
Rates will come down.
Yep. That's right.
Buy the house you love right now. You have a little less competition.
And I would actually say if you can buy before the election,
yeah.
I think you'll be a little bit better off than afterwards, just depending on what happens. But no, I think right now where things are going, even if you buy now, here's the other thing to think about. If you buy now where the rates are at, even before the cuts and the potential rates trending downward, if you get in now, you can always refinance like 6 months from now. Like just
So you're just adding more words to date the rate.
yes, exactly. That's like to clarify. You'll just refinance whenever you feel comfortable and where the rate's low enough, and it
So you're
on
amending-
most
so-
and if you do a 2-1 buy down, that whatever you don't use in the 2-1 buy down will help fund however way they do it.
So you're saying you would amend what's the prenuptial agreement? You're trying to amend that, so you don't want to get too much into the rate.
Well, we better
Yes,
explain
yes,
this.
exactly.
So
prenuptial.
We'll give you 5 more minutes to plan that joke again. Ready?
It landed with me. I got you.
So rate buy down, the money that you have there. Explain that.
Yeah, that's where.
So the rate buy down, when you do, whether it's a 1-to-1, 2-1, 3-1, doesn't matter. It all goes into an escrow account essentially. And then it pays out every year.
Every month.
Every month, technically, yeah. And so when you decide to refinance, if you refinance before that escrow account is empty, you have a chunk of change that the lender will use to. There's a couple ways I've heard them explain how, because I don't know the in-depth details of how it's used, but I know it's used to fund part of your refi so that it's not as much, because you do have to pay closing costs on a refinance. So that will help either pay for the closing costs, it can buy your rate down or whatever they decide to use that escrow or whatever's left in that escrow account for. They'll use the remainder of it for that refi. So hopefully that made sense.
Yep. Yeah, and I think kind of what Chad's alluding to as far as, hey, there's going to be a lot of competition in the springtime is the population size of buyers is still very large. Like we have a very strong population size and demand is high, right? And supply can't quite get going fast enough because builders aren't building homes fast enough because of regulation, because of a number of reasons, staffing, subcontractors, all kinds of things. And so when you look at supply and demand, that dictates most of the market, right? We have, and I've been doing this for 18 years, since 2007. This will be my 18th year coming up in the business. And I've seen inventory go crazy high during the recession, 24,000 homes. I've seen it go down to 8,500 in 2012, right? And never get above that mark, basically. I mean, we were 8,500 to 9,000 for a while, and then it dropped to like 5,500 to 6,000, and then it's just hovered right in that range for so long, and then it got super low, right? 1,200 homes total. It was the lowest I've seen, and we all saw that right during the pandemic, and now having that amount of homes at above 10,000 is really fun because I've moved my family twice in the fall. Ask me why I did that.
Why did you do that?
I did that because we found the right house, right? Like the right house comes on. I almost feel like more bad locations come on like during the summer, and the good locations, for some reason, they like wait till the fall. And then you find that right house and you're like, let's go, let's do this. And the emotion really drives the purchase. So
when we talk about that 82% that did not like their purchase, you could find your house now.
yeah, you have,
And from when you did buy, your house is definitely appreciated, unless you've done something terribly wrong. But
And if they have PTSD from the experience in general, just know it's going to be a completely different experience.
180 degree
Now,
turn from what they experienced last time.
Well,
whoa, before we go on. So I just did some math here, guys, with chicken fingers. And there were 10,200 homes divided by 1,200 homes, which was the lowest that we've seen during the pandemic. There's 8.5 times the number of homes in the market today than there was in 2022 spring. So we're only two and a half years removed from that.
Yeah.
But that is a massive difference.
Yeah.
8.5 times the opportunity
We
to
don't
find
know
a
how many,
house.
I mean, it's probably still a very powerful, but you don't know what the number of buyers were in each of those times.
I don't, but I would assume that the number of desired buyers is similar, right? It's the affordability that's taking some people out of it right now.
Yeah.
So as rates drop, we're going to see more and more people entering into the market again. And
So and maybe you don't have an answer to this question, but aside from rates and home values, what's it going to take for this huge buyer pool that we have that's really not super active right now? What's it going to take for them all to just flood the market?
Listen to episode 47. Get it out
That is-
soon.
everybody
The
needs to go
perfect
listen to it.
answer. Doesn't get better than that.
And if you compare and contrast buying now versus buying in the spring, what are you going to see for buyers? You're going to see homes appreciated. You're going to see
Say it another way, because I was about to make this point. We're not depreciated, but we did not see our 75% lift the first half of the year because rates were so high.
Yep.
So we're going to see potentially even more accelerated.
From pent-up demand.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the annual appreciation, the curve is going to be a little bit further towards the fall time. But come through spring, you're going to see more buyers, especially if rates drop even more. So you're going to see more competitive offer situations. You're not going to see rate buy down concessions from sellers.
Yep.
So what you're going to pay and even a potentially higher interest rate now is going to be more what you're going to pay even more out of the pocket for purchase price
Yeah.
come the spring.
Yeah, average price in our market is about $725,000 for a single family home, and if you're not getting a 2-1 buy down, that's about an $800 to $900 more higher payment than getting the 2-1 buy down, getting 2% lower on that first year. So that's a big difference, right? Going from $4,000 a month to $3,200 or $3,100 a month.
Sold. I'm going to go buy
Man, if you
a
were
house.
if you were to tell me 10 years ago that the
Let's leave.
average price in Denver would be $725 or around there, I would have called you absolutely nuts. That's insane to me.
Good thing you own a home.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank heavens I own a home.
that's the thing is
Pink home.
No, I don't mean that.
That's
to
a
be
pink
negative,
home.
but
Yeah, it's a lovely home.
Strawberry shortcake.
Yeah.
Affordability is a
Salmon
big challenge
pink.
for a lot of folks, but
Yeah, I don't
the
wanna-
thing is once you're on the roller coaster of owning a home, you're riding it with everybody else. So just getting into the market and whatever level that is for you, whether it's a condo, townhome, single family home, it gets you there. So
Yeah.
you're on the roller coaster and you're riding it.
Even in this economy,
By the way, condos and townhomes are on sale. 6% off.
they are.
6% off from last year. So, man, you could go backwards 12 months, right? And interest rates were in the 7.5 range, which was awful. And right now, interest rates are at the 6.2 range national average. We have several lenders quoting rates in the high fives right now for a 30-year fixed loan, right? And so, I mean, just a huge difference, right? And it's bringing a ton of buyers into the market right now. But everyone's hesitant because of the election, and we get it. Like, we understand it's a highly emotional, highly divisive election time this year. But to Chad's point earlier, if you're waiting, like, whether it goes one way or another, you know, you may be waiting for a storm, right? And that storm could come in a lot of demand buying after the election's over. And it always picks up in February. February is the time where it really takes off. So we've got a few months right now of sweet spot in the market where I think you can get a great deal with homes that haven't appreciated a whole lot or have depreciated with condos and townhomes. Single family homes are up 1.62% in a year. So we have not had significant growth, and payments are way lower than they were 18 months ago.
And you take the Warren Buffett approach: when no one else is buying, you should be.
Yes,
So
Absolutely.
instead of being in the feed and frenzy in the spring. So
Yeah.
Yep. No doubt. So hopefully you've learned something today. It's been, good conversation to at least analyze, whether or not you want to make a move in the fall. And you may be like me and like I was last September. I was not considering a move until the right home came on the market in October. And then I went and jumped for it. Right. So sometimes it just takes that one home to get you really excited. And if you want to be on a search where we're sending you properties that meet your criteria, just in case that home does pop up, since they tend to in the fall, then we're happy to set you up on a great search that's detailed and it's exactly what you want. Because if you've owned a home for a while, you know what you want. You're sitting on something that is the right thing has to pop up. And if it does, we don't want you to miss out on it. So give us a call and we'll be happy to set that search up for you. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.